Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to this reading. Let's jump in and see what messages want to come through. I hope you all are doing well. You are safe. The unknown is scary. Trust in your direction. You are right where you are meant to be. It can feel scary to do something new. Trust. You are fully supported and safe. So whatever it is that you're going through, the message that's clearly coming through for you, that's vital for you to receive, is that you are safe. So even though, life can get scary, some of the situations that we're going through, both good and bad and trying, can be very scary to us. And we, don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to turn out. We're a little bit scared of the unknown. And so what it's saying is, it's just saying you're exactly where you're meant to be. And although things can feel a bit uncomfortable right now, trust in the fact that you are safe, okay? You can get through this. Just take a minute, breathe, and really soak in the fact that, everything is okay right now. I know that's easier said than done, trust me. I don't mean to just kind of put it out there like that, but trust me when I say that, you are okay. You are safe. And this reading is here to validate that for you. I have inner child. Honor everything you have been through by supporting what your inner child needs now. Love them. You are the best mother, friend, sister, brother, father, and she is safe and loved with you. Okay, inward. There's a time to go inward for reflection, pause, and rest. In the winter months, flowers go dormant in preparation to bloom again. Okay, so this is really kind of telling you that, you are safe, you are protected, you are exactly where you belong, even though things can feel really uncomfortable right now. But, you need to trust in the fact that, everything is happening for you at this point in time. And you need to take time out to really nurture your own wants and needs at this time. Whatever's taking place in your world that is creating a little bit of inner chaos within you or a little uncomfortability within you in the unknown, you need to take time to take care of yourself and meet your own needs so that you can kind of calm down a little bit and really feel that sense of safety and security that you're in, and truly, truly trust that you are safe in this moment. Okay. I have breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. Okay. So whatever this is, sometimes when this card comes out, it's saying that, maybe you've had a really, abrupt sense of clarity in a situation that you're in. Maybe you've had, some kind of revelation saying that, something needs to change, something might be taking place that, you didn't expect. Or maybe this is saying that, once you kind of take a step back in knowing that you're safe and comfortable, you can calm down and realize that, you're breaking trail into a whole new direction. And that's what's actually happening here. Not, feeding into the fears of the unknown, but trusting in the fact that you're breaking trail into, a whole new direction and that these things are actually happening for you. Okay. Let's get one more here and then we'll go into the tarot and get some details on this situation for you. I have, it is never truly the end. Beloved, in this, everything will be okay. So it looks like some things may be coming to an end in your world, in your life, and maybe they have been uncomfortable and they've been creating a little bit of fear, and chaos in your world, and you're just kind of trying to traverse it the best way that you know how. And so maybe you're just having some time where you're just needing to take some time back and maybe focus on yourself at this time. So, sometimes we're in situations that are a little bit uncomfortable, or maybe there are endings that are taking place that either, we are instigating ourselves because we know it's what's best for us and everyone involved, or this may be endings that are happening, that, weren't exactly expected. Maybe they weren't exactly what we ideally had wanted to happen, but they're happening nonetheless. And so, we have to take time to then refocus our energy not on the external situation, but on ourselves so that we can find a sense of calmness and peace, because regardless, things are working out in your favor. Things are working out for your highest good, even though they feel uncomfortable. Let's get some tarot and dive into this situation so I can help you find some clarity and maybe some things that maybe you're not seeing. And that can help you, find some information on this situation and what exactly is happening, or maybe, it'll help you find the direction that you're needing to go in. Okay. Let's also get some advice so that, you can kind of, know what to do from here. Let's look at the overall situation first. Let's look at the overall energy. And kind of get a sense of what's happening here. I have the Emperor coming out. So, what's happening here in the overall energy is a need to take charge. You may either be needing to take charge of your life at this time and the direction that it's going. And so you're being asked to have a sense of confidence in that you are safe and that you are fully capable of taking charge of your own life and making wise decisions and going in the directions that you need to go in, even if they're directions that you didn't exactly want nor plan for. This can also be a card indicative of the fact that you may also be dealing with, a masculine energy that can be a little bit dominating or domineering. Let's go further into the reading so I can kind of get some more details so we can see what exactly is happening here. I have the Four of Pentacles coming out here. So, in the recent past, it looks like you've been a little bit guarded, okay? So, like I said, whether you're dealing with an external person that is making you feel, that they are, a little bit controlling or trying to control a situation or domineering, or maybe this is you, just kind of resisting taking that, action in your life and taking charge of it and doing what you got to do regardless. You may also be just in this little bit of a protective energy so that you can kind of, feel a sense of safety and security and stability in times of change. Let's take a look at the present energy. The present is the 10 of Cups. Okay, so, this is telling me here that, again, there may have been something here that was happening that may have come to an end that was really emotionally fulfilling to you. Maybe you thought that you had achieved the ultimate happiness, the ultimate dream, the ultimate existence, and you thought that, life was great and it was going to continue on this way. But maybe something changed in this dynamic. Maybe something changed in this reality that turned out to be more of, less than a dream and maybe more of a nightmare. And so you're finding in the way that you're kind of sitting still because what you thought was true and what you thought was going to be your future isn't exactly turning out the way that you had hoped or expected. And you're needing to take charge and make some decisions in your life on how to redirect it, whether, you want it to change or not. Okay. So let's take a look at the near future. I have several coming out here in the near future, but I have the Seven of Cups, the Chariot, and the Four of Swords. So, this is an energy here in the near future that is basically saying that once you take a moment of rest to kind of just take a step back, allow the dust to settle, you're going to get a new sense of clarity. Things that you are finding to be a little bit, unclear, maybe a little bit, emotionally unstable, maybe a little bit confusing for you, not really knowing what direction to go in, feeling a little bit stuck. These things are going to kind of, sort themselves out. So once you kind of take responsibility in the fact of whatever the situation is, acknowledge it for what it is, and then take time to redirect your, intentions and where you want to go, you're going to actually take active movement. But if you get yourself stuck in this place where you're just kind of constantly mulling over what's happening, maybe getting a little bit emotional about it, maybe buying into some of the illusions of what's taking place, of maybe not accepting that this actually is happening, and being in denial, you're going to keep yourself stuck and you're going to keep yourself, from moving forward. So this is giving you, time to say, hey, if you take time to rest and relax and focus on yourself and your own needs, then you're going to be able to naturally move and progress in a positive direction. And you're going to be able to get more clear on those decisions and which ones are the right ones for you to take, or at least the ones that you ideally hope to take and see where they go. Let's get some advice on your situation. Maybe this will help clarify. The advice is the Seven of Swords. Okay. So the advice here is, a Seven of Swords can be a little bit of a lying energy. So this, again, what I'm getting and picking up on here is that, you're kind of digging your heels in the sand here a little bit. You might be a little bit resistant to the changes that are happening because you didn't ideally want them to happen. This may have been, like I said, what you ideally thought as being the ultimate life and experience, but it's not really turning out that way. And so you might be feeding into a little bit of resistance, which is then causing a little bit of illusion. And the illusion can be, that this isn't happening. This isn't going to happen. If I just sit still, it just won't happen. And the reality is that it will happen, okay? Because whatever's meant to be for you, whatever's meant to fall away, whatever's meant to change or end, and move forward is going to move forward, and it's going to change, and it's going to, fall away from your life for your highest good, for you to move into a new direction, to have these new experiences that you're meant to have. So here the advice is to say you need to make sure that you're being very honest with yourself and being very clear and truthful with yourself in this situation and what's actually happening, and not buying and feeding into the illusion of maybe it not, or that maybe it will sort itself out and be different. Okay, let's get what's hidden in case, that might be able to help you. Maybe there's something you're not seeing that will help you find a better sense of clarity and see a truth in the situation more. So what's hidden here is the hangman. This is just saying, this is a little bit of that resistance here, okay? So again, like I was saying earlier, what I'm picking up on here is a resistance. This is someone that is very, getting a little bit stubborn, and I can understand why, because, things were good in a way that you thought that they were. You were hoping for them to be this way. It was kind of your dream come true, whatever the situation may be. But I can see that there is a little bit of resistance here, okay? And so in that resistance, again, it's going to be feeding into a little bit of illusion and a little bit of lies in regards to the situation and what it is. And you're needing to kind of get out of this stuck energy and, move forward. Get clear and be honest with yourself about what's happening here, so that you can then clear up the blockages and get yourself unstuck, so that you can move in the direction that you're meant to move in for your highest good. And trust me when I say that it's, getting through across that threshold, that is the hardest part. But once you get to the other side of it, you're going to look back and be like, what did I wait for? This is just fine. I'm great. I'm fine. And I'm headed in a really good new direction. Maybe I thought that the other direction was where I was meant to be, but now that I, move through this threshold, as hard as it was, this actually is exactly where I was meant to be. It's only, they say hindsight is 20/20. And in this particular situation, I would say that you're going to find that that is true. So once you, are able to look back in retrospect, you're going to see that everything really was working out in your favor, and that whatever this situation is that's come to an end or has changed, was for your highest good. Okay. Let's take a look at what you don't see coming in the coming weeks. Okay, what you don't see coming in the coming weeks is the Two of Wands and the Five of Wands. Okay, so again, this is a card of a little bit of inner conflict and resistance. This is a little bit of a stubborn energy again, which is creating a little bit of inner chaos. This may even be you actively resisting this situation and the changes that are trying to take place here, and saying that I don't want this to end. I don't want my life to change. I don't want things to be different. But this is trying to say to you that you need to really take time to go inside and understand that things are happening for you, and to put down the resistance so that you can move forward in a positive direction and move into something even more, better, more positive, and more happier for you. Okay, so the advice here is very clear. I think that it's time to, move away from that stubborn crossroads and choose to go down the path that you already know needs to be gone down, and embrace it. And then really focus on your own needs and nurture yourself. Things will start to come into play for you in a positive way. And these positive changes will start to come into play, and you'll move into more positive experiences, and things will become more clear for you. So I hope you found this reading to be helpful. And until I see you again, take care.